Apple's Way will not be presented tonight in order that we may bring you the following...
You know how it seems like some shows today get canceled after one bad episode? Back in the 1970s, TV networks weren't so quick to hit delete. In fact, sometimes they renewed a show that almost nobody was watching. Yeah, it's time to take a look at the lowest rated new show that somehow still got renewed, and I'm talking about the 1973-1974 Nielsen ratings. And that brings us to Apple's Way, the show that CBS renewed, even though it finished the season tied for 33rd place, which basically means it was clinging to life support. But for some reason, the network plugged it back in. Oh, I can explain. Paul here, actor and former radio host. The 73-74 season was a transitional year. America was still shaking off the 60s. Archie Bunker ruled the rating charts. Rural sitcoms were mostly out of fashion. CBS had already canceled almost everything with a tractor in it. Green Acres, Petticoat Junction, all gone. But for some reason, they decided to sneak one last back to the land story back to the air. That story was Apple's Way. Apple's Way was a family drama created by Earl Hammer Jr. Yeah, the same guy that gave us The Waltons, which of course was a massive hit. CBS probably thought lightning could strike twice. What was it about? Well, the series followed George Apple, a Los Angeles architect that got fed up with city life, moved his family back to a small hometown in Iowa. It was pretty much Midwest Waltons. Here's the theme. Oh, and this is the 70s, don't forget, so I hope you brought a snack. So what was the problem? Well, by the end of the first season, Apple's Way was tied for 33rd place. That's not terrible, but for a major network like CBS during its golden era, that's scraping the bottom of the Apple barrel. To make matters worse, it was stuck in a brutal Sunday slot, often shuffled around between football and movie of the week airings that chopped off its runtime. So not only did people not really watch it, most of the ones who did might have tuned in by accident waiting for the news. And the problem wasn't the cast. Vince Van Patten, Christy McNichol, Ronnie Cox were all in it. And it wasn't the concept. It's that Apple's Way landed in a time when audiences wanted edgy realism or sharp sitcoms, not another slice of small-town wholesomeness. The world had changed. Watergate was on the news, MASH was mixing war with dark comedy, and All in the Family was tackling politics at the dinner table. Meanwhile, Apple's Way was giving you stories about hugging trees and kids rescuing a baby deer. It was just felt out of step. One critic joked at the time that it had all the drama of a Hallmark card, but none of the fun. So why was it renewed? And what did they do that completely destroyed it? Well, I'll have that coming up. Hey, please share, like, and subscribe for more retro TV news and fun. So why did CBS renew a show like Apple's Way that didn't get great ratings? Probably because of one name, Earl Hammer Jr. Yeah, the network trusted the man behind the Waltons, and why shouldn't they? They were thinking, hey, if we just tweak it a bit, we'll get another hit. So they tweaked it. But, they tried to modernize it. They tossed out some of the old family values storytelling and leaned into social issues. Small-town corruption, pollution, anti-establishment themes. Basically, they turned Apple's way into the Waltons meets the Mod Squad. And the result, man, was a tonal mess. The wholesome Midwestern dad now had opinions about crooked mayors and all that. Did it help? Nah. Ratings didn't just fail to improve, they plummeted. CBS finally pulled the plug in January of '75 after just 13 episodes of season 2. You know, it wasn't a bad show, really, but it was gone forever. 28 episodes total. So if you ever think about your favorite show that got canceled too soon, remember Apple's Way. This was a show that barely cracked the top 35, confused its own audience, changed tone halfway through, and it still got a second chance. Sometimes persistence pays off, and sometimes it just gives you one more season of cows, corn, and confusion. The big three. Hey, thanks for watching. I'll be taking more looks at worst-rated shows that somehow survived from others some year of TV chaos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and bring your Nielsen box if you still have one. Oh, and check out my video on the worst episode ever of The Waltons. Oh, yeah, there was one, and it's right here. Oh, Mary Ellen, what were you thinking?